afternoon or good evening. It's me, Stacey Sanderson, again with Inquire Within. And just being mindful of the time of year and wanted to offer a bit of information, a bit of support perhaps as well for anyone who has a narcissist in their life as we get ready to go into this holiday season. And last week I ran a workshop on this topic. And if you're interested in the link to that, just drop me a note in the comments below and I'm happy to share that. I have many years experience personally with the anxiety and dread and angst that comes with approaching the holiday season when you have a narcissist in your life. And I read a meme once that said, hey, Christmas, that time when I swap my regular anxiety, for my sparkly Christmas anxiety. And it can certainly feel like that. So there is something that happens to folks with narcissistic traits, be they, meeting the criteria for narcissistic personality disorder, or are a little bit different and a little lower on that continuum, where they have some traits. So first and foremost, I think it's important to stay in a place of compassion for yourself and whomever that narcissist is in your life. There is no doubt in my mind that the holiday season is triggering for them. I believe it's possible that it is evocative of a time that may have been very painful for them in childhood. Sort of imagining that mythical idea of the charcoal in the stocking, or there may have been, conflict and disruption or violence or any number of awful things may have happened in their prior Christmases. Certainly a disappointment and certainly a wound they're carrying that they feel they have to defend against now. So there are some fairly predictable things that can happen here. So as the season approaches, so this could be, the day of your big dinner, this could be a Christmas party, this could be a holiday gala, this could be any number of things, but here's a couple of things you can expect. They may pick a fight. They may storm out before an occasion. They may say they're ill and can't attend or participate, or they may really very well be ill. I've had that experience a few times. They may just ghost you and not show up. They may be very focused on what other people think. Okay. They may be they're very comparison and very competition driven. So they may be worried about what's happening in their Christmas festivities versus someone else's. And they may also, of course, be weird about gifts. You may not get a gift. They may be very focused on what you got them. There could be a really crappy gift. I'm sure the dollar stores do well from their narcissistic patrons this time of year, or bargain stores. And they may also buy something that's quite extravagant. All right. And you may see a stunning lack of empathy. So you can see me looking at my notes. Meaning they may completely disregard what the time of year, what the season means to you. Ritual is kind of lost on them. Now, one of the key traits we know about narcissists is everything needs to be on their terms. This, in my opinion, is part of what goes wrong for them in the holiday season, because in many cases, something may not be happening on their terms. They may have to celebrate outside of their own environment. They may have to go do something they're not comfortable with. They may have to do something where, heaven freaking forbid, they're not the center of attention. So just be prepared for that. What I hear a lot of is that for narcissists, the family celebration has to be on their terms, in their place where they may live, at the time that they demand, in the way that they demand, and that it is somewhat of a really big show. And heaven help you if you don't appreciate the effort that they've put into this. These are also times where you will see triangulation. So, an ex perhaps telling one thing to the kids and something else to you, or a parent talking to one of their adult children and not the other, people being invited and excluded. You can see a lot of those really toxic dynamics happen. I also think that this is complicated by the increase in consumerism and materialism during the holiday season that we see, and the onslaught of social media posts about other people's beautiful decorations and perfect celebrations, and those people really embracing their inner Martha Stewart, right? This creates significant stress for people who are narcissistic. I also think that they operate from their own form of FOMO, meaning fear of missing out. So they do not like it if some people are doing more, getting more, it's better, right? That's really uncomfortable for them. So you can see where there is this perfect storm happening for them, and being unable to be accountable and manage their own feelings about this, it may get targeted toward you. And thus, it's important to take extra care of yourself. It is important to think about some boundaries. It's important to practice compassionate detachment, and it's important to carve out time that is simply for you, particularly if they sabotage an event. Have a time that is just for you to nourish and replenish. This can also be having a time that's for you and your kids, if that's appropriate, okay? So a ritual that's just for you, a ritual that's for your kids. Let's say your ex doesn't show up for something with them, so you need to be ready to have something to do to honor and celebrate the season. And just to be prepared going into it. So if you have liked this, please feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, share. If you would like to learn more about creating healthy boundaries, about compassionate detachment, about how you can live a joyful, authentic, meaningful life while being in these relationships, please look for me on my website or DM me, and I am happy to talk to you about the 12-week transformational program I run called From Pain to Power. And unless you tune in again, and until we meet again, I wish you a peaceful, joyful holiday.